Welcome back. We want to talk about Om Metal's infra projects. It's a front-running hydro-mechanical engineering and construction company. And just looking at the stock, you'll see that it's been up 25% over the last month. They also recently reported their first quarter numbers. Their net profit is up 46.24%. Take a look at the stock right now. Looking a little flat right now. I think there's a problem with the graph. We'll try and bring you those numbers in just a little bit. But talking about the recent developments in the company, we've seen that the company has bagged a 300 crore project from the government of Rajasthan to build a two-lane road from Jaipur to Bhilwara. They also have another project, 300 crores from the government of Rajasthan itself. So what is the company planning to do going ahead? I'm joined by Vikas Kothari, the Director of Business Development of Om Metal's Infra Projects. Mr. Kothari is in the studio with me here. Mr. Kothari, good morning. Thanks so much for being with us. So just looking at your current order book, talk to us about the current order book in the engineering division.
Our current order book, outstanding portion of the order book is about 850 crores. And this is over 8 projects spread over Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, Arunachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, and all over, the north and northeast.
Okay.
This is projects that we backed from NHPC, NTPC, NEPCO, Government of Rajasthan. And these are all hydromechanical EPC contracts, engineering construction contracts.
And over what period is this executable in?
This 850 crores of outstanding order book is to be executed over the next 2 to 3 years. With our current sales as 170 crores, this is expected to be executed over the next 2 to 3 years. That's how it's going to be.
And just looking at your first quarter results, your operating margins, they've gone up about 100 basis points from 21% to 22% on a year-on-year basis. Do you think that these numbers are sustainable?
Well, what happens typically in an order book execution is that the first period, the first one quarter of a period is engineering, and there's not much cash flow happening because of the engineering design that gets submitted to the client and gets approved. And thereafter it's procurement and then manufacturing, and the real execution starts only in the middle of the contract period. So naturally, when there's more execution, the margins there's more supplies, and once the supply happens, a huge amount of our cash flows get paid by the client. We get nearly 75% of our payments once the supplies start happening, and therefore you see margins improving going forward also. Also, almost all of our contracts have escalations inbuilt in them, and which is a good compensation towards any increase in cost of raw materials, fuel, labor. All increases are therefore to the client, passed over to the client. Therefore,
okay, I want to get back to your real estate business. I know that you say that you're an engineering company and not so much a real estate business. We know it contributes about 10% of your revenues overall, but there's a lot of buzz surrounding your real estate business. Tell us, to your total revenue, how much is it? Is it just 10%? Is it a little less or is it a little more?
Well, FY10 was about 25% of our revenues was from real estate. That was primarily from a project that we executed in Kota. Going forward, FY11 and FY11 may not be 20%, maybe less than 20%, because we've completed the project in Kota and the new projects are yet to realize revenues for us. So FY11 will be 90% of it coming from engineering business. FY12 we are expecting to get some revenues from our project in Bandra and also our project in Hyderabad, and likely from our project in Jaipur and Kota also. So FY12-13 will be also real estate, contributing about 25-30% of our
Okay, for FY12 and 13. I want to touch upon your Bandra project. We've been talking about it a lot. We know that you have 350,000 of developable area in that place. So when are you expecting to complete it? What sort of timeline are you expecting to see it to be done in?
For our Bandra project, which is our marquee project, we expect revenues flowing in from FY12 onwards, because we've recently got clearance for our slum rehabilitation for transit camp. So the first phase will be transit camp construction. Thereafter we'll do the slum rehab construction, and therefore the free sale portion booking will only start, I'm expecting, about mid of 2011. So the revenues will start flowing in only from FY12.
Would you be able to put an estimate on the sort of revenues you'll get off that?
You see, there is a likelihood of revision in BCRZ regulations, and therefore the total free sale portion might grow up. With the current regulations, we are expecting to do about 400,000 square feet, and we are keeping a benchmark of about 30,000 rupees a square feet.
Okay.
So roughly the revenues could be ranging from between 1,200 crores to 1,400 or 1,500 crores.
Okay. And for FY11, if I can just, before I let you go, for profits and revenues, can you give us any guidance on that? What sort of numbers are you expecting to see in coming?
As I said earlier, that FY11 revenues will be largely governed by our engineering business,
right.
which is we are expecting to do about 250 crores to 300 crores of revenues from our engineering business. As I told you earlier, our
right.
outstanding order book is 850 crores,
sure.
of which major portion of it will get executed in 12 and 11. So 11 we are expecting on a most conservative basis about 250 to 300 crores.
Okay.
And with our PAT margins of close to 16-17% in this business, we're expecting a good profit in FY11.
Mr. Kothari, thanks so much for coming in here and talking to us about your business and the outlook for that. Good luck with your plans going ahead. Vikas Kothari over there, the Director of Business Development, Om Metals Infra Projects, talking to us about their business outlook. Now, I want to move on and actually get Alok's comments on what he makes of Om Metal Projects. Alok, very briefly, tell me what you think about the company, and you've heard the plans. What do you think investors should be looking at?
Smriti, you know, there are two components to this business. One is the infra business, and the other is the real estate business. So, see, I mean, infra business I'm very bullish on. I mean, though it's a small entity, I think 850 crore order book, about 250 crore sales overall. It still has a long way to go, but this has a sustainable, model. Infra is a sustainable model. So I like that. Real estate also will contribute about 20-25%. You know, in FY12 he said, FY13 it did about same contribution in FY10. Overall, I think, you know, it's a decent business model. I mean, given the kind of economic requirements we have in India today. So I think valuation is what we'll have to look at. Otherwise, the sector looks pretty good. I mean, execution is going to be a challenge for the company, but overall, I think looks good, looks positive.
Okay, so the whole sector looks good, looks positive, and that was Alok's call over there on this particular company. We were talking about Om Metals. I want to also tell you and remind you that we have a brand new website up and running, so make sure you log on to that. We'll be talking about this company and what the outlook is for many other companies too. You can go to utvmoney.com. We also look forward to hearing your comments. You can post it to us over there. We have to take a break right now, but after that, another company to talk about. I want to look in detail at the buzz surrounding Ahluwalia contracts. We'll talk to the management to find out what their plans are going forward. Stay with us.